Hello, Namaste, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Astha, and this is Independence Day Special Read. Today I'm going to do a book review of a very special book, that is Wings of Fire, an autobiography of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He was our 11th president, and he has been the recipient of 3 most prestigious awards of our country, that is Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan and Bharat Ratna. Born in Rameshwaram, Mr. Kalam had a very simple childhood, wherein he would go for namaz with his father, would eat sambar, rice, coconut chutney, fresh coconut chutney with some homemade pickle on a banana leaf with his mother, and would go for long evening walks with his dear beloved brother-in-law, Jalaluddin, who was 15 years older than him, but they shared a very special bond. Mr. Kalam, usually they used to have very good discussions. Their topic of discussions were the weather of Rameshwaram, the pilgrims of Rameshwaram, and spiritual matters and literature. And then he would go to sleep, wherein stories from Ramayana and the life of Prophet Muhammad constituted as his bedtime stories. There are several life lessons that he has shared with us in this book, and he has also shared the story of people who had a profound and remarkable impact on his life. So one such story that I found very fascinating, but it's extremely sad and disheartening. So the story is, when Mr. Kalam was in 5th grade, he had a best friend. His best friend's name was Ramanand Shastri. So Ramanand Shastri was from Orthodox Brahmin family. So one day what happened, and his father was a head priest in Rameshwaram temple. So one day what happened, Mr. Kalam used to wear the typical Muslim hat, the white Muslim hat that would mark him as Muslim, whereas his friend used to wear the holy thread, the sacred thread known as Janeyu. So once what happened, they were sitting beside each other in the 5th grade, and a new teacher came to their class that day. So he saw Mr. Kalam and his friend sitting together, and for some reason he couldn't digest the fact that a Brahmin boy was sitting beside a Muslim boy, and a Brahmin boy was sitting together. So he asked Mr. Kalam to go and sit on the last bench. Mr. Kalam and his friend, they felt extremely bad about this thing that had happened. They went home and they narrated the incident to their parents, their respective parents. And next day, Lakshman Shastri, the father of his friend's father, who was a head priest in Rameshwaram temple, he summoned the teacher, and he told him that not to spread the poison of social inequality and religious intolerance amongst little kids. And he told him either to, in front of these 2 kids, either to apologize or to leave the school as well as the island forever. And one more incident that Mr. Kalam shares is one with a good ending, very good ending. So what happened? Mr. Kalam had a teacher. His teacher's name was Shiva Subramanyam. He was his science teacher, and he was also from an Orthodox Brahmin family. So once what happened? Shiv Subramanyam, he was the rebellious kind of person. Also, this APJ says that Rameshwaram, the societies in Rameshwaram are very rigid in terms of social groups. But he did not follow any such norms. So Shiv Subramanyam, the rebellious one, he called Mr. Kalam for a dinner at his place. And his wife, she was extremely conservative, so she was totally horrified at the fact, at the idea that a Muslim boy would be having a lunch at that place. So when Kalamji went to the place, his wife, she refused to serve him meal. And then what happened? His teacher, he himself served him the meal, and then sat beside him, and then they both ate food. And after that, Mr. Kalam saw that his wife, she was, watching them from behind the, kitchen door. So he wondered, has she observed any difference in the way I eat food, I drink water, and then clean the floor after eating food? So the dinner happened, and after the lunch happened, and after that his teacher told him to come back next week. But Kalam was a bit hesitant because he saw what happened this time. So his teacher told him, when you will aspire to change a social system, you will encounter problem like this. So you have to confront them. So next week, Mr. Kalam again went to the place, and this time the science teacher's wife, she took him in her kitchen and served him meal. So I really liked these two stories, and the book is full of such stories. So do grab it, read it, and this will enhance your knowledge on life of Mr. Kalam. This Independence Day, let us limit the poison of social inequality and religious intolerance at its source, and be the source of love, light, and laughter. Exactly what our country is known for, and exactly what we need. So, happy Independence Day. Do read the book, it will help you a lot.